What's up? I'm Cameron. I just read comics. I love them. And welcome back to another episode of Cameron's Comics. Today, I'm in Des Moines, Iowa for a family thing. And I had some time to kill right after I got off the plane. So I am at Mayhem Comics and Games. So it looks like a pretty freaking extensive shop. The Des Moines version of Mile High, if I was to say anything. So this is my second favorite Iowa comic shop, no matter what. I've actually never been here, but no shop is better than limited edition comics and collectibles in Cedar Falls, Iowa, aka the shop I worked at. So let's go take a look. Okay, so it is popping off the last day of the year, 2025. So let's see it. They got the murals. They got the game room. Big old sign. Ready to go in. Closing early today. Okay, so I just got back from the shop, and that is a great shop. That is like could be, again, second best. That might be one of the best comic shops I've ever been to, if I'm being 110. There's a couple points that would knock it off, but I can't blame them for any of these factors. So, okay, let's see what sticks out. Number one, it is almost overwhelming in there how many books there are, and how they're organized well. There's a comic section. There's the new this week wall, which they do. It wraps around, and they have all kinds of ratio variants. So many books, and like a great back catalog of everything, to the point of like, I always give bonus points because there's always something back and forth that I'm looking for. So, I find out later, I'm like, oh, I really want to pick that up, and I didn't, and I can never get it again. So I got some of those kinds of books that I'll talk to you about. But then you go into their like comic vault section, and it is aisles of back issues. They buy collections, you can tell, or I don't know how they source their vintage books, but usually that comes from collection buying. They bought their collections and they organize them, so Therefore, they have keys. They have a great section of facsimile printings, which everyone knows I'm looking for all the time. So I got a couple of those, and their prices are very reasonable, but they also have every single format you want. So they have trade paperbacks, they have hardcovers, they have deluxe hardcovers, omnibuses, and even some of the artist kind of editions, the archive editions, the primo, bigger than an absolute edition, like those. So, and it's not just limited to DC Marvel, obviously. It is. They stack all their books, indie books. You know, they have a good selection of Boom Studios books. They have, like, again, one of the better shops I've ever been to, like, stock-wise. They keep great stock of their books. Now, the only deduction I would do on them, and this is just like a lot of shops, I don't even know if it's a lot of shops, but the shops I always shop at sell everything for at least like 20% off. They don't. They sell everything. All your trades are going to be full retail, which, whatever, dude. I'll buy my trades somewhere else. Obviously, this is my first time here. They don't need my business. That's the only really thing I would knock on this shop. Otherwise, it is a great shop. I got 3 hellos as soon as I walked in. It's so Iowa, it's so Midwest. They're so nice as soon as I walk in. They're greeting me properly. Shop is very clean, well-maintained, and organized. Like, it's an experience when you walk in, which is a good... I love a dusty comic shop, and I love, like, a primo. Like, I'd say this is very much a primo shop. And maybe that's why they charge full price for their books. You know, there's something to be said there. So next, now here's the haul. I got all my books in front of me. This is in no order. Off the bat, I got 5 books. It's also Wednesday today, so it's new comic book day. I didn't pick up any books. I didn't see any wall books that I'm like, oh, that's in my poll. So I'm like, whatever, dude. It's the 31st. I got issues 2. I just have issues 2 through 5. I'm just going to hold them all up. 2 through 5 of Cheetah and Cheshire rob the Justice League. 2 through 5. So I'm all caught up now. Greg Rucka, you have my heart forever. Greg Rucka and Nicola Scott, that was what I'm talking about when I'm like, was waiting. I was going to pick them up weekly of my shop, but my shop didn't order any wall copies. I can't blame them because that's a niche book to buy, especially for DC too. They had back issues. They only didn't have issue number 1, but that was 6 months ago, so that's okay. I got issues 2 through 5 of that series. Next, I got 2 facsimile editions I'm very stoked on. Again, organized well. Wonder Woman number 1 facsimile. So this is the kind of thing I'm going to take to cons, and I'm going to have people who've worked on Wonder Woman sign. A.K.A. Greg Rucka. A.K.A. Gail Simone, Kelly Sue DeConnick, G. Willow Wilson. Just the people I know who've worked on Wonder Woman. I'm going to get that signed by them. Mark Russell. He's writing a Wonder Woman book. Grant Morrison. Okay. Then I got same thing, Batman number 1, Batman and Robin, one of the most notorious. This is the one where I'm like, I've met so many Batman creators that have not signed this, so this one's gonna get signed a bunch, and I'm just so glad. I'm like, they had a couple copies, they had a lot of the foil ones, but you just looked behind those, like your mind would assume. And hey, guess what? I didn't want the foil one, I want this one. So there you go. Okay, and then lastly, there was some keys that I got. And these aren't major keys. These are just like books I like. And they're my keys. They're keys to me. First one was reasonably priced. In the case, they had it for $30, which I was like, I don't want to spend $30 on that. But New X-Men number 1, I believe. 114, New X-Men 114, a.k.a. Grant Morrison, Frank Quitely's New X-Men. First appearance of Cassandra Nova. $15. Great. The spine, they're like, the spine's beat up, and it's just rolled, dude. A press would do these wonders. I think it's a great looking copy. There's some drama. It's 15, but that's just, I don't want to buy that. So there we go. There's the first one. Second one, $8 for Thor number 8, I believe. Yeah, Thor. This is Mighty Thor number 8, or just actually regular Thor. Jane Foster reveals herself to be Lady Thor. Great issue that spiked when the movie was coming out, and then went down after the movie came out. Just really want everyone to know that usually always the books are better than the movies. So go read the Lady Jane Foster Thor run because it's incredible. And then lastly, okay, I thought I bought all those books and I was like, okay, this is adding up quick. I was like, I bought all those books and I was like, okay, we're done. Guys, we weren't done, okay? I, in fact, saw one book right at the register and it was like $20 and I was like, okay, I need this book. This is my most underrated Batman run. Which is funny to say. Funny to say. Most underrated Batman book. First issue of that arc. Detective 871. This is a first print, according to them, because I always thought the lettering was red, but I guess that's the second print. First print, Detectives 871, Scott Snyder, Jock, Francisco Francavilla. This is a big deal. This is what's the Black Mirror is the most underrated Batman story, even though it's a Dick Grayson Batman story. My favorite Scott Snyder Batman story, nobody seems to care about because he wrote New 52 Batman. This is better. This is better. So this was $20, and I was like, oh, I want that. I want that. That's worth $20 to me because nobody cares about Scott Snyder on Batman except for me. Okay, that is my review to Mayhem Comics and Games of what I picked up, what this comic shop had to offer. There's so many more. There's like probably equal percentage of the shop to be games as well. I'm not a games guy, so cool. If you're a gamer or you like comics and you're in Des Moines, go check it out because it's a really cool shop. One of the friendly staff, very well organized. So come by. If I'm in Des Moines again anytime soon, I'm going to come here. And if I'm in Cedar Falls, I'm going to limited edition. See you guys next time.